Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Comic Book Syndicate. We're here graciously by the powers of Jeff at Villains, enjoying the drink and draw. Hosted by, introduce yourself, please.
My name is Amanda Shallal, aka Mia Des, and I am the host of tonight's events.
And you've organized this, and the intent of this is to have people get elaborately drunk and draw, or?
No, just like a good amount of drunk so that we can socialize together and just literally bring out our sketchbooks and get some art done with each other.
So what was the inspiration? Like, did you just think that you enjoyed drawing in the bar and you wanted other people to?
I realized, like, after I finished my Bachelor of Fine Arts at the University of Windsor, that I just wasn't creating as much art as I used to. And when I asked my friends about it, they said, yeah, you know, we're not creating any art either. So I decided, why not get a group of people together and just have like a sketch party and just get together and draw. It seemed like having it at a bar would make it a nice, fun, relaxed, kind of laid-back atmosphere. So
Okay, so to get everyone together, creative people, like-minded people that like drawing, and are these comic book-minded people? Like, have you read comics? Are you interested in them? Is that sort of the focus, or just drawing in general?
It's not really the focus of it. I think it's really open to anyone. At the very core of it, it is a social club, so you don't have to drink, you don't have to draw. Just come and hang out and watch some cool art go down. I myself, I do love comics. Ever since I was a kid, I've actually been more into like Japanese manga, and so my style is more reflected by that style of art. But we have plenty of people here who are more like Western comic art style. We have tattoo artists coming and joining us, and realist people, and just all kinds of different styles coming together, and it's really cool and exciting.
And in doing this, so you have no end goal. This is just for people to come, enjoy themselves, relax. And again, and this is my one question is when it comes down to getting people to create and just come out and, I guess, answer to the call? Like, you know what I mean? Like if you're going to draw and you're going to call yourself an artist or a sketcher and you have a sketchbook, you should come here and at least show off?
I mean, it's not really just to show off. It's kind of like we're feeding off of each other. We see what kind of styles people are bringing to the table, and it kind of forces us to kind of step up our game and to kind of support each other. And, Windsor really needs, it has a great art scene already. It's just, I think, there isn't much of a networking going on, so by having this club, I really want people to collaborate with one another and learn from each other, learn different styles, techniques. People are bringing things like materials that no one's ever seen before. I've seen like pencils and pens that I'm like, what does this do? Teach me about it. And I think it's important for us to learn more about art in general.
So the drink and draw, there's been other manifestations of stuff like this, comic jams and things like that. And I know they've taken place in different cities and that. Where did you first hear about it, and what made you think that it would be great to bring it to Windsor?
Actually, I follow one of the founders of Drink and Draw. It first started in LA. I follow him on Instagram, Reverend Dave Johnson. Him and two of his illustrator buddies decided to go to an Irish pub in LA, and week after week they just started getting more and more artists to come out, and then it sort of took on this life of its own. It became like a staple in the LA underground art scene. And then from there, it turned into like an internationally known thing. I mean, there's drink and draws all over the country, really, and all over the world. There's some in Japan, in Australia. There's some here in Canada, Vancouver, and Toronto, and plenty in the States as well.
And that's also because there is a theater, right? Like to drawing. Because it's one of those things where you talk to someone who plays guitar and sings a song, you're like, oh my God, that was so great, you're the best. And when you can draw, and I've seen your work, and it's beautiful, it's elegant, it's got great whimsy and flow to it. I mean, that's something that not everybody can do. So it is really nice to watch. I mean, is that part of the attraction, is just watching the art sort of form on the page?
Sure. I think even for people who say that they can't draw, they like to come out and see the art being created because it is something interesting. You don't get to see it on a daily basis. And I think the one of the things that inspired me to do this is taking art making outside of the studio and bringing it into an atmosphere that anyone can come and hang out and check out.
And having everybody come here tonight, there's a great turnout tonight. Are you planning on doing this on a regular basis and motivating people to come out and do more work and sort of, and again, like you said, meet more artists and whatnot?
Absolutely, yep. We're actually planning on doing it every Friday night at 8. The location has yet to be decided because this is our first month. This is literally the very first event that we're doing, and we're just trying to get a feel for it. What do people think about the venues that we're choosing? So January, we're going to be kind of all over the place, just getting a feel for it. But the goal is to have like one place where we can say every Friday night at 8 at this place, it's a drink and draw night, and it just kind of takes a life of its own, and people can come out.
So sort of to be determined, but eventually we'll be able to get a hold and get this information from...
From where?
From yourself? Or just
From
this
me, yeah.
Okay.
Well, you can actually check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/drinkanddrawwindsor, or you can follow us on Twitter at drinkanddrawwin.
Food Network, suck a lemon.
She does her own YouTube thing that gets 10 times more hits than our show. So it does.
So how's your YouTube thing going?
It's not, but still doing better than you.